Then
Hello everyone. Welcome back to D&D Shadows of War, session number 2. What do I call this? Framed Bandits edition. Yeah. This is being streamed on the 9th of July 2021 at 8:07 p.m. in the MST time zone. If you happen to be in the Canadian time zone in Toronto, it's 11:07 p.m. Oh shit, almost forgot.
About half the time.
I am come. And
Oh.
now that we've come, thank for Chris's request. I did the I am come at the beginning of the stream to signify the beginning of the stream. Oh yeah. Also did that at the beginning of the stream to signify it was the beginning of the stream. Per Iggy's non-request, because he told me to stop doing it, but I'm still doing it anyway. I said the date this is being streamed at. Per BRG's request, I said the time this is being streamed at in the MST time zone. Per my wanting to be a little more clear, I also said the time this is being streamed at. Per Mega's request, I said the time in the Canadian time zone this is being streamed at, his Canadian time zone more particularly, and I believe that's everything. All the
I believe
requests,
so.
all the requests are done, and now we can begin session 2. So, what happened last time, our wonderful DM?
So, the two of you have stormed a small cave full of bandits. Amongst the stuff, as you went through, found a locket that a witch hunter I got particularly interested in, and something odd happened. When she opened the locket, a odd stone started glowing and seemed to be sucking in the light around it, as if it was eating light itself. She looked very grim as she quickly closed the locket. You guys are also hunting down and trying to find the Windrose Iris. Eris, if you want to go that way. So, and both of you have been offered a reward of about, I want to say 15 gold? Perhaps 20?
Who knows? Could have been anything.
It could have been anything.
Could have been 3,000 gold. I think it was that high.
I don't think it was that high, but hey.
I mean, you're probably right that it wasn't that high, but you know, could have been.
Could have been. Could have been.
Could have been. Could have.
But it will at least be 15 to 20 gold.
Mm-hmm.
If you can locate and rescue Sade Eris.
Mm-hmm.
Now, now you guys are off of the makeshift drawbridge with a very determined looking witch hunter, and that who is not particularly happy. And she turns to the two of you. Well, this is not going to end well.
I'm trying to remember how I was talking as what my voice for Meld was. Nick, do you remember what the voice I was using last time was?
I don't. Luckily, you can just go back to the stream, or it's on YouTube as well.
You already put it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's already up.
Damn. That was fast.
I mean, it's faster than what I usually do, yeah.
Alright.
At least I'm pretty sure I released it. Yeah, no, it's right there.
Well, she picks up the locket and kind of inspects it. And then her eyes kind of flicker towards the two of you. The journal. Can I have it?
Well,
Did we have a journal?
Did you take the journal?
Oh,
There was a letter or
Or
something.
the letter. Yeah, that.
I remember that, and I remember giving it to her.
Okay. So she kind of looked over at the note and the letter a little bit more. Not far from here. About 2 or 3 days travel is Silov. Meet me there. And as she says that, she pulls out a sack of gold. Pulls out about 6 pieces and evenly distributes to the 3 of you as payment. I need to double check this area, and then I'll.
So,
Hmm?
so 3 gold each.
Yes, 3 gold each.
Okay.
Nessa's forward payment for going to Silov and waiting there.
All right.
I need to do some research because we might be dealing with something a little bit more.
I like a conspiracy.
Would either of the 2 of you know the term warp or
The
warp
term.
stone?
What was the term?
Warp, WARP.
Is this anything draconic related?
No,
Now, I believe that's an Arcana check. Or not an Arcana check. It's probably a check of some sort.
It's some
It-
sort of wisdom check. I know that much.
you can go for history or arcana.
What's
All right.
my
It's a 0 in
better
both
one?
because, I'm a fighter. So
Yep.
that's a 12.
I have the same roll for each / roll d20 plus 1. And why is caps lock on? 10.
All right. The 2 of you know actually a little bit. So what warp is, or what the phenomenon known as warp, is something that's been happening roughly around in this area for a while. The most notable one or incident is with our fantastic neighbor, this neighbor that you were from, Mel, or the country that you're from, Mel, and what caused it to basically almost collapse. Because what happens is called a warp storm. If enough concentration of warp comes into a presence or is put into there, it just fucks shit up. It literally warps the reality around. It's basically Bad News Bears. Warpstone, which is the thing that she was looking at in the locket, it basically attracts and creates warp energy.
Wait, there was a warp stone in the locket?
Yeah, that's the thing that was eating the light,
Okay.
in a sense. And there's a couple different stones that do this, but warp is specifically noted to basically just. It doesn't just like generates darkness. It literally just slowly eats. It actually eats light, and it just basically generates and just the absence of light, essentially. It's a artificial stone. This is basic knowledge that most people know in the area.
Mm-hmm.
The DC, by the way, was 12.
Yay.
So, congratulations.
That's alright. I'm an expert in warp. Ask me
That's cool.
anything about warp and I'll know it.
So basically,
My character surprisingly knows nothing of warp, seeing as though they're from a place that is basically being destroyed by warp.
I don't know much about tornadoes, but I was born in one. Or was it a hurricane?
I don't know.
It's like it's a spinny thing, but like in the water.
That'd be hurricane.
No, but like not
That'd be a
above the
water spout.
water, like in the water.
Whirlpool.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. I was born in a whirlpool.
So yeah, basically, you for Meld, it's actually more along the lines. You know the like the after effects because you grew up with it essentially.
Got
It's
it.
it's nasty. It's a thing, but you didn't really see the actual warp storm or what have you. Now, the two of you, she kind of gives you that primer of that knowledge. So, naturally, this is obviously not a good thing.
Understandable. Most definitely understandable.
I mean, doesn't seem all that bad.
It could be disastrous.
Yeah, but that just leads to more fighting.
No, yes, it does lead to more fighting or endless amount of carnage.
I mean, sounds like a right old time to me. But whatever. I'm getting paid, so whatever.
hmm So I need to double check this and look at some other things, but from the sounds of it, these bandits more than likely got caught wind of someone messing with Warp. I don't know where that would be, and I don't know the closest town that would be a good concentration place. A disaster of sorts would be Silov. The money I'm giving you, as I said before, is a forward payment. All I want you to do is to get to the town and look around. Get to know the locals.
You got it.
What was your name again?
My name?
Yeah, your name. Gotta call you something?
Dayu. I am the witch hunter Dayu.
So D-A-I and then your last name's you?
Why? Yeah, why you?
Alright. And the town we're going to was...
Silov.
Thank you very much.
No problem. That would be.
I think it's like... They...
Yep. There you
So I can call her Die then.
go.
I mean, that seems a little rude, don't you think?
What are you talking about, Zell?
I mean... Dayu's full name. May as well call. Hey, that's what we're getting paid to do, Sam. You know?
Alright. So the two of you are going to be heading off. I believe I actually gave you guys the map. Right.
Somewhere. It's probably in D&D chat somewhere. I should probably pin that.
Found it. Yeah. Media is where was the one that got collapsed, pretty much. But you guys are heading over to Silov.
And boy, oh boy.
Get going then.
Yep, you guys can head over there. You are kind of in like the central place of the province. It's more, you'll probably run into a small, like, farming village here and there. But Silov, if you guys want to do would it be a history check? Or eh, what would it be actually?
Nature, survival.
Like to
It
get
would
there or to
get for a general knowledge.
general knowledge, probably history.
Yeah, probably history will do.
Alright. What do I know about Spilov? Not much.
I didn't. I wasn't really expecting you to know a lot.
5.
Neither of us know that much about it.
Well, I'm not from here, so yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not familiar either. So, hey Mel, what do you know about Spilov?
I don't know. I'm not from around here.
No am I.
There you
Really?
go.
Where are you from?
Far off land. Probably ain't never heard of it. It's Sharkai. Or Elder Sharkai, I guess.
Is this an actual place on the map or not?
It's not on the map, I don't think.
It's not on the map.
No. But yeah, from another continent, even.
I'm gonna roll for insight? Question mark? Is it insight?
That would be
To
if you want to see if he's like lying or just trying to figure out his motivations or if he's telling the truth.
I mean,
So just
I'm not
history?
lying.
Yeah, I know, but let him lie.
No,
let
I'm
him
straight
roll.
up. I'm straight up telling Mel. You know, I'm not lying about it. You know.
Would this be an intelligence check?
No,
Uh,
it would be insight.
To see if I'm lying, what my intentions are, stuff like that.
Give me a moment. 12.
All right.
You know the fact that he is not lying.
Okay.
He's telling the truth that he is part of the. He's from this country. You
From that
don't know
country.
where the fuck that is,
Eh?
and none of the countries nearby is it, so you know it's pretty damn far off.
I'm from Media.
Where's that?
I'm from Media.
No, I know. Where's
What?
that?
Dayu was literally just telling you about how stuff was happening, how all that warp stuff is happening over there.
Yeah, I know what Media is. I don't know where it is. You know. I don't really look at the map all too often.
It's in that direction, and I point northwestish.
Oh, all right. I pull out my map. Oh, it's right there. Northwest of Varan, basically.
So basic maps that you guys have, by the way, is you got like the general like outline of where places are, like where the countries are. It's probably not like super accurate, but it's accurate enough. And like if you want a super accurate area place, you have to get that like an area, uh, what
Area
have you,
map.
area map basically. You guys already have that, and you know that it's north. It's media is northwest of the Principality of Varen.
Mm-hmm.
Funny as shit considering Varen. All right,
So
I want some music.
I'd imagine growing up, you probably had to deal with that storm stuff quite a bit.
A bit.
You ever just run out into the ocean, get away from it?
No? Why?
Heard a rumor that water was like a really good insulin for it.
You're weird.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna deny that. I'm a bit weird. I ask the weird questions. For instance, do you shower before you go to bed or when you wake up?
I guess that's the thing.
I mean, you do shower, don't you, Mel?
Of course I do.
No.
That's not something you should be asking a lady.
I mean, I ask everyone. I don't really care if they're man, woman, child. I ask. Civility's bullshit.
Yeah, sure. I'll do. So, you guys travel for a day. And the two of you are actually heading.
I assume we're heading in the right direction anyway.
I mean,
Yep.
can we survive in the wilderness, basically?
If you want to do a survival check.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Survival check time. 18.
Okay.
That's a 5.
5.
Hey, you're carrying me, it's fine.
There you
How have you not died yet? On your own.
go.
Hey, you know, I get around in there.
So, you, Melda's like really used to just kind of wandering about here and there, especially in this general area, which is it's just basically a standard uh non-pine forest essentially.
Deciduous forest?
Yeah, deciduous forests.
I think that's the right one.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is. I'm just hoping to God I got it right. But you guys travel for a couple days. And it's quickly noted that Melda knows how to deal with the forest, knows the right food and the right supplies
I
to
simply know how to not die.
yeah, at least in here. Genezel is actually has traveled all sorts of ways and in all sorts of climates, but hasn't really been in a forest in a long while, it seems, or just needs a good refresher on how to survive in it.
Who wants
But
to
thankfully, you're there.
who wants to stay in the forest? It's all trees and wood. Plenty of places to surprise attack, I guess, but you know, you can do that anyway. Let's get a sheet, cover yourself in it. Nobody know you're there.
Mm-hmm. That is the thing. And as you it takes you you guys end up actually resting. And let's do one more survival check.
Alright. Can we survive in the wilderness? That's a maybe. That's also
There's
a
also
maybe.
maybe.
Wow. Okay. Well, you guys try to find a decent place to rest, and I couldn't really spot a good campground-ish thing. Yeah, but you reluctantly settle down, and for the night, in a place that you both know that more than likely wild animals can actually get to you. Would they? Probably not, but it is a chance. I want the two of you to roll a d50.
A D50.
Yes,
Big 50.
8.
big favor.
33.
All right, not that bad. During so Meld,
Yeah.
you were woken up by in the middle of the night by a rather curious bear who was just kind of snuffling about and wandering around, and he You woke up and you just see this bear lumbering by. You know better than to disturb the bear as it kind of just wanders through your guys' makeshift camp and just kind of pushes things around and sniffs about and then kind of wanders back into the forest.
Okay.
Thankfully, he decided the best thing to do is not to attack. And I did not want to do that because, oh my fucking god, bears are scary, yo.
In real life or in D&D?
Both. If I remember right, we're gonna do a little fun fact. Look, you guys could actually kill a black bear, potentially.
As long as it's not like a huge giant god bear or something, I'm pretty sure most normal beasts are fairly easy to kill. Most.
Polar bears are CR2.
What's
By
their
the way.
health?
And then brown bears are 1, and black bears are 1/2 CR. Don't know their health. We'll find out in a second. They also have access to that shit because I have the compendium. Bear. The black bears have 19, but they have 11 AC. Brown bears is 34 and 11 AC. And polar bears has 42.
Okay.
Just for fun fact stuff.
Okay.
As for you, Genezel,
Nice for me.
you found a couple raccoons kind of just scurrying about that night.
Hmm?
Just regular raccoons.
Alright.
And they just kind of were scurrying about and then like sniffing around trees, and then one of them got curious enough to get close to you guys, but not close enough to get in reach.
I smile at it.
It stops, gets onto its hind legs and looks at you and starts sniffing a bit, and then turns around and scampers into the forest.
Dang. Could have gotten some squirrel meat.
Could have.
But it's not a squirrel.
Could have gotten some raccoon meat. Could have gotten the raccoon meat, man.
Looked like a squirrel to me.
So, on your, you guys woke up in a slightly foggy day. Nothing too bad. And you guys continue until you guys reach
Reach
Citadel.
our destination.
Yep.
So, Mo,
And,
what do you think's gonna be there?
I love the organ right there.
In Svilo?
Who knows, to be honest?
I mean, I can't imagine there are too many different differences between cities, but you know, each of them have their own little flair.
Lay?
Flair, you know, like they're themey. They're like accentuations.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like, what makes them, different from all the other towns? Their individuality. Some towns have like a fighting pit, or a coliseum of some sort. Some, like on the ocean side, they have like a beach surfing and whatnot. That type of stuff. Some have a black market, which, not actually a black market because it's above ground, but it's called a black market because, like, the country itself doesn't really like black markets, so, goes underground. So towns are defined by the things in them. Some have different things defining them. My guess is this upcoming town gonna have a lot of orgies, like everywhere.
Well, welcome to Silov. You guys kind of go down a rather long road. Good quality gravel road. At some point, you're kind of a beaten path. It's not like small road ends up onto the larger, almost freeway type highway travel road. And as you go, guys got closer and closer to Silov, you spotted more and more farms. And by the time you get into Silov, you have a bunch of farms northward that you're walking through.
Northward?
Yeah. So the road took you and it went up north, and you're coming down south.
Northward.
You're in the northern section.
I thought you said North Horde.
No. Yeah, the North Horde. There's the South Horde, and the West Horde, and the East Horde. They'll be important later.
You mean Ward?
Yes, as in you come from the north. Can you hear me?
Word?
What's the issue? What?
Okay. So you mean
North Ward.
yes, the North Ward.
Yes, you came from northward, as in like
Yes, you keep
northern
on.
direction.
Yes, there's Northward and then there's the North Ward. You were getting me so confused there.
No,
Just like with the whole air thing.
We're currently heading south.
you're
into
heading
the city.
south from the north. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I know that.
Okay.
Also, Nick, you don't have to speak in character because this isn't a character thing you're speaking in.
I mean, sometimes I just get too into the character, Razzle dazzle. Anyway, Mel. We were only informed to just check out Svilov, right? Nothing else.
Mm-hmm. To see how things are and what have you.
Mm-hmm. So, do we want to split up and look for clues? Or stay together, make sure that if one of us gets caught out, we got the other to back us up?
Well, let's see. I have the rustic hospitality feat due to my background. Since I come from the ranks of common folk, I fit among them with ease. I can find a place to hide, rest, or recuperate among other commoners, unless I have shown myself to be a danger to them. They will shield me from the law or anyone else searching for you, though they will not risk their lives for you. So basically, I have probably a better chance of getting information from them by myself.
Alright, then it's time we split up. How about we meet at the local inn end of day?
Is there an inn in this area?
I mean, there's probably an inn. There's
Yes, there is.
usually an inn in these types of towns.
I mean, we have a map, don't we?
You guys are on the map.
I meant we own a map.
I mean, they don't usually detail each of the individual buildings in a town on a map, do they?
No, but they usually have a thing they usually have a little footnote that says what's in the town.
I mean, I don't really see that footnote on this map.
So,
We'll meet up at whatever looks like the tavern.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
okay.
Basically, just look for all the drunk people.
All the drunk people.
I mean, assuming this town doesn't have a no drinking policy.
No, it definitely has no, it definitely drinks. Words are hard.
Yes, we noticed already, as I have pointed it out several times.
Mm-hmm. So, are you able to actually control your tokens, by the way?
Oh yeah, let me just check that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm just
wanted to make
wondering
sure.
where I want to go first.
Zoom out because this is basically what
Mhm.
you can
Very-
get to see for this entire session.
It's a very, very big map.
Yes, it is. Why it took so long.
What kind of buildings are in this town, by the way?
Well, this is a cross between a trading and a farming town. They primarily farming wise, they are primarily crops, wheat, vegetables, and the like. But they also, since they are so close to like the main road of the entire country, they basically grew into a trading hub in a sense. How
Got
so is in the south section is a bunch of on I want to say the east, which is the right side, is basically local trading stuff.
where I'm pinging.
Yeah, that right there. I believe that is a brewery actually. Let me double check. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, nope, general store. That's just a general store, and then like this one is like like a weaver, and this is a tailor, and then down the most southernmost building next to all those is the smith, and
Got it.
next to the smith is the inn, the biggest building,
Got it.
and then on the left side, where there's a bunch of like there's a pin and what have you, is what is called
Stables.
the it could be stables or it could be a pin. The specific thing is a pin.
Okay.
Is you'll note that there's a couple goats, a couple rather impressively sized cows, and a bunch of farms. And this is an area, as you guys kind of wandered and talked to a couple of the locals, is known as the Clay Fair section.
Playfair?
Clay Fair.
Like with the
This is
pens here? Bomber?
like CLAY fair, and it's if you want, you can roll history because you're talking with people, and you might be or persuasion, depending on if you are going to convince them to do so.
Okay, and that is
Yeah, I
What
got
would-
nothing.
history, right? Nope.
All right.
We know nothing of the Clay Fair.
No, you just know it's kind of a weird place that's known as Clay Fair. And it looks like it just has a bunch of like animals, as far as you can tell.
Hmm.
And then in the northern section where you guys started, like just past all the fields, as you go down the road, is another little section that's basically like a warehouse and like a grocery store, and this looks like basically a small like the small local farmers market type thing.
Got it.
And that's essentially all that is here. Now, what you guys want to do is up to you. I don't even know where one of you are. Oh, there you are.
I'm standing on a rock.
Yeah, you're just standing on a rock. And the biggest noticeable thing is these guys.
What guys?
Ping him again.
Are they guards or what?
Yes, they are guards. There is a lot of guards wandering about, and they look tense.
Well, it would make sense since they are partially in a mercantile center, or you know,
More tense than you'd think. Include it's less like they're trying to be watchful for because they're in a mercantile like town. It's more like they're like you've noticed as you guys kind of wander around about the town that they're looking all over the place and they're kind of double checking things, and they would like go into a building and there would be some muffled yelling for a little bit and they'll come back out and they'll just like storm off somewhere. They're not like just like wary and just keeping an eye out on things. It is very much uh
on
weird
edge.
shit's yeah, they're really on edge. And if you guys also notice that there is a lot of guards on the left side on the over here. Just if you follow the road down, and there's just like 4 guards that are just constantly there, and and you've noticed a lot of like commoners are just being turned around constantly. No one and from what you can hear, the mutterings from commoners is that no one is allowed in the Windrose Fortress. No one aside from the guards are allowed to be patrolling in that area.
Did
Or
we did we get anything from that witch hunter
3 gold.
besides that?
besides 3 gold, she said just get to know a bunch of a bunch of the people here, and just get a lay of the land.
What was the area only the guards can patrol?
West.
Over in the west.
Okay.
If you follow the big road on the map, you will notice that like there's 3 guards in a row and then a guard behind them. And everyone's being basically turned around. You can't go that way.
All right. I'm
All right.
gonna start looking around the houses and such.
I'm going to talk to one of the guards.
All right. Give me 1 second. There we are. By the time you guys got in and you kind of wandered about, it's now like mid-morning. Everyone's kind of out and doing their business.
Morning market.
Yep. And you approach the first guard
Hmm.
that you see.
Yeah, I'll talk to this guy here.
All right. As you approach, he kind of eyes you and goes, "Traveler, is there anything I can help you with?"
Yeah, I was just passing. Speech. This is real time speech, not in the game speech.
I know.
Hi there. I'm one of the adventurers tasked with a certain relevant issue, and I was wondering if you knew anything about it.
Of he he tilts his head slightly. Hmm? Oh, follow me a little bit, and he kind of gestures you to get off the road. More privacy.
Towards the rock, I assume? Or over
Right
there,
here.
okay.
So, what is this business that you talk about?
You know how the heiress has gone missing, correct?
I'm well aware. Like, you can see that he's rather peeved about that.
I'm helping the witch hunter find her. I was wondering if you knew anything about what happened.
And he frowns for a second. Well, last I heard, the bunch of bandits stole her, and we couldn't fathom where they were, and we were actually sent a scout out. One of the civilians offered, considering that they've wandered around that place for a long time as a child. But word had it that they were able to find it, and they sent someone. Aside from that, not much. Do you want, if you're talking about like the actual kidnapping, he's asking you.
Do you know about what happened before she disappeared?
Oh, there was this argument with this this former criminal uh who did his part. He does air quotes in redeeming himself. Old Stormy.
So he was pardoned?
Oh, yes, he was pardoned. He went to jail, came back, and did his time, or so we thought. And then he just decided to apparently confront uh, confront the nobles about the missing children, and they were having an argument, and he threatened to steal their own like one of their children. And here's the thing: he isn't. He kind of like leans forward slightly. He is right about that, though. That children have been disappearing. And it seemed like the nobles haven't really, at least the Windroses haven't really cared too much. And from what I can tell, if I remember, he basically blew up in the lady's face, saying something along the lines of that she would care more if it was her kid being taken instead of random lowborns. His face kind of twisted in in a grimace, as if he was like insulted of actually saying something like that. So that's the thing and then apparently he went out and did it. Stole, crazy bastard stole her and was going to ransom her. Or I assume. I don't know what else he was gonna do.
Do you know of who else might have some more information?
Oh, good question. Uh, let's see. He kind of scratches his chin slightly. Mm, more than likely, Ne- Nasil, Githold will know. The innkeeper of our little quaint inn over there. He gestures southwards, just past, just right next to the smithy. Guildhold's, the Guildhold inn is rather famous around these parts. Granted, it's kind of hard not to be, considering it's narrow road and it's a pretty sizable inn. There's been quite a few people in and out, and they might know something. Adventure types do like to travel about and explore. The only other thing I can tell you is that there's been rumors of the witch hunters being causing a look around, and clearly they're more interested as always if they're taking you and whoever you're with, presumably in service. That bodes ill will for anyone.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
Because I never mentioned I was with anyone.
I mean, he likely saw us came in together.
Oh, that's possible, but I just want to check.
Yeah, you're fine.
And what is my insight? It is a 0.
Have
That's
become level
an-
1. That's
19.
19.
That's fucking great.
Wait,
So-
did you roll? Oh, no, you good.
You could tell that he actually did catch that you were in with. He looked like when he was talking about that you were with someone. It was obviously like he saw you talking with an elf of some sort who just kind of wandered off somewhere else before you guys got in, and he was actually. You know that he was probably actually going to head towards you to talk to you to kind of figure you out a little bit. And now that you think about it, you realize that he was, like, he had this tenseness onto him, like this tension was just kind of building in him until you mentioned that you were working with the witch hunters, which it kind of slightly lessened the tension, not by much, but it's like, oh, okay, so more like this could get either really bad or this could be really good. We don't know yet.
Got it. And I just have to talk to the innkeeper for some more information?
That's his possible lead, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Keep keep to yourself. Don't break any standard rules. And have a wonderful time in Silov. He gives a short but courteous bow, and then turns around and walks off. And
Okay.
he ends up actually coming over here and start talking to him. And Gazelle, what are you doing?
These are houses down here, right?
This is a general store.
Alright. I'm looking for the, houses. If there
Just-
are any in this town.
Houses overall. There's a couple here and there. And you talk to a couple commoners.
Like a specific house.
A specific house? Throw me a GM message.
Hmm?
You got a GM message? A whisper?
Yeah.
Just so I know what you're trying to look for.
Oh, I'm just looking for a house with people I can talk to. That's it.
Oh. Oh, there's plenty.
Alright. Like any on this map, or...
I mean, you can just go into any of the buildings and talk to people, man.
No, I know, but I want, like, a residential place of people.
Oh, you want a
like,
residential place?
Yeah, like a family to talk to, or whatever.
Actually, although not everyone is there, they're out and doing their own thing. In the north section, like in the town, in the farmers markets area,
Mhm.
just past where the barn is with a couple cows in that you can hear come by is a small house.
Okay.
Yeah, over here. And then let me give you a look-see so you can see what it's like inside. There you go. And in here you find a couple.
I of course knock on the door.
Yeah. And the door opens slightly, and a curious pair of eyes. A young man kind of peeks out. Oh, uh, how can I help you, sir?
Hey, hello there. My name's Hazel. I'm a wanderer, so to speak. Looking for a nice day's work.
Nice day's work.
I will be right. I will be right back. I need to go feed the cats.
All right.
Okay.
Just passing through, you know. Gotta fill my belly somehow.
Yeah, really. Oh, that it kind of gives a light chuckle. Yeah, I understand. Are you up? Kind of eyes. He's like, you're more of an action person, aren't you?
Well, as a wanderer, you kind of need to make sure you don't get stabbed in the neck and whatnot.
True. Especially with times like these.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to get your hands dirty and literally say do some farm work?
Of course.
You kind of like, oh, well, I was about to go off to double check the cows. Do you mind if you come with?
Of course.
We are gonna go. Not my cows. My cows I've already dealt with. The ones that we're gonna have to inspect are in the south section,
All right.
in the playfairs.
Sounds good to me. Let's get going.
All right. So there we go. I'm going to go back into the map. And over here, and I love the bard that's playing music right now. He's a traveling bard, you see.
Why do they call him a traveling bard?
Oh, that's because he travels. He's a bard that travels about.
Oh, nice.
And there's about, 10, 20 of them in the general area here in the Principality. Or at least in the southern section. The northern section may have a bit more.
Wait, owls?
Owls?
Did you say owls or something else?
No. Bards.
Oh, all right.
Okay, real talk. Am I just like fucking slurring words or something stupid?
I legitimately heard you say 20 owls.
20 owls, yes. 20, no. There's about 20 different bars around in like the southern section of the Principality.
Okay.
Basically, how the system works is they kind of travel, get stories, and that's how like the news travels.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay. And my I just apparently need to not know. I need to learn how to speak again. All right. So
how long you been in here?
Oh, I'm here in Silov.
Yeah.
For most of my life. Farmer John, by the way.
Nice to meet you. My name's Hazel.
Thank you. And I'm gonna do this. Don't mind the gods over on the road. Ever since the kidnapping, they've been on constant patrol.
Oh no, it's been kidnapped?
Yes, the young lady Windrose has been kidnapped, you see. We've been, like, everyone's actually rather, concerned about that, but, well, most. But there's quite a few my sort, he says, and, in quotations, who are kind of are considering it just desserts, considering that our kids have been disappearing for a while.
Mm.
As you guys kind of walk by, a couple of the guards are like traveling this way, and they kind of just eye the two of you for a second, and then just continue onwards. Their eyes will actually linger on you for a little bit longer, just because they can tell that
Not from or here around here.
you're not from around here, and you clearly know how to use that weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets over towards this place. Welcome to the Clay Fair, by the way. So, this little pin here is where traveling merchants come by and drop off their food, other animals for inspection and for sale. This time, it's a couple cows and a couple goats. Now, have you dealt with cows and goats before?
I've met a few in more time, slaughtered them for the meat and whatnot.
Understandable. Good meat, the both. But so, personally, I just want you guys to keep an eye on the goats while I deal with the cows, and then when we get to the goats, we will be. I'll more than likely need you to stand guard again and make sure that they don't start charging about.
Alright, I can do that.
And he quickly gets to like the closest one that he was towards. This one, and he's like starting to slowly brush like the fur. Well, good fur. And then, like, this pin is obviously has been well in use, and like the ground is covered in soft, like loamy, churned earth. Soft fur, it's like soft fur earth and ground soil is really good for hooved animals. You see.
Mm.
And he's kind of nattering about the stuff that he would know and the like. No, let's see. This fur is pretty good. It's actually rather healthy for now, as far as we know. Hopefully, not too bad.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what'd you give the cow?
At the moment, a 5. A good amount of meat, a decent amount of muscle, and a decent amount of fat. The fur has no blemishes, which is a fantastic thing. And then as he says that, he gets towards the cow, who's just kind of just slowly raises a head and just kind of stares at him. It's like, all right, open up, and and the cow's mouth just slowly opens. The fun part, making
Wow.
sure that I don't get my hands being bit off.
You can handle that cow really well.
Yeah, it's been doing this for shucks, most of my life. Got quite a bit of experience. I actually generally know this cow. Helped I helped the traveling merchant actually with this one before. See, as a calf though, poor thing was rather sick when it was really young.
You know what we was sick with? Or how it got sick?
Had cholera. Almost didn't make it. If it wasn't for the fact that I caught it and they were able to hire a mage, it would have died.
Hmm.
It would have been a waste of a lot of resources. Not a lot of people realize how expensive livestock can be.
I mean, how expensive can a cow be? Like 10 gold?
About 15, 20, depending on how good the breed is. I mean, if you're doing it properly, it'll pay for itself. All the milk and the like.
Mm-hmm. The excess calves that they'll breed at some point.
There's that too. Thankfully, these are just cows, and there's no bulls. Those don't get to move that much. A little too feisty, if you catch my drift.
What, like they start going after the handlers?
Well, yeah, especially if they feel like, say, if I'm double checking a cow and they considers that the cow his cow, and well, let's just say that being gored by a bull is not a fun time.
I'd imagine being gored by anything's not a fun time.
He gives a rather loud laugh. He's like, "Hey, you got me there. You have me there." Now, this one looks good. So, let's see over here. Fur's still good. A little fatter than it should probably be. But overall, still pretty decent. Hoof Elf is pretty good. They actually take good care of it.
So on a 10 scale, where does this one land?
This one 6. Well, if it counts as everything else, the other one, in scheme of things, is about an 8. This one's shaping up to be a 6. It's looks like they tried to bulk this one up as quickly as possible, which doesn't help a lot, especially when you need when it's time to put them out of the misery. You see, too much fat, and then it'll just ruins the meat.
Well, oh well. Learned a lot about cats today. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. How are the goats doing? Are they itchy?
They
Do
seem.
they look like? Do you want to make a nature check?
Yeah. It's just a straight D20. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Give me money. Give me money. Give me money. Fuck.
No money.
No money.
No money.
That was a DC 10.
Well, you
Well,
know, they seem fine, you know?
he kind of eyes them wearily. Yeah. And one of them kind of snorts angrily.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll be quick about this one.
Hey, go, calm down, you know? I'm your friend. I go over to it and kneel down. And, like, put out one hand. Grab some, like, random, Actually, no. I just hold out my hand to try and, like, get it to lick my hand.
Like sniff and lick?
Yeah.
One of the braver ones kind of comes forward and stretches his head out, and you could just feel like the goats really sniffing on your hand before it starts kind of licking, and its long wet tongue just starts sliding against your hand.
There you go. That's a nice goat.
Yeah, well, that's the friendliest one, I guess. It's the other two that I'm worried about. As he says that, the furthest one from you is just like tensing slightly, and he's like, is it slowly lowering his head slightly? Yeah, that one's a bit more feisty. No, I'm not trying to pry or anything, but is there a specific reason why you came to Silof?
Not really. Just passing through for the most part.
Understandable. It is. I just like asking new people I haven't seen before. I'm a bit of a chatty person, as you can tell. So, yeah. Most people would be friendlier, but again, young lady.
Kidnapping and whatnot.
Yes.
I mean, if there's a kidnapping, they should just wake them up, right?
That would, oh, that was a terrible joke. You should feel the shame. But it's funny enough.
I think a bit
It
of
kind of
levity.
whispers to you.
I think a bit of levity in these times is Little needed.
Yeah, understandable. It's a shame that we were kidnapped by old Stormeye, though. Wonderful guy. Always had everyone's back.
Stormeye, now that's a name.
Yeah. Apparently, it turns out it was his actual last name. We thought it was just an epithet thing, considering he was from he used to be a criminal, or used to be a criminal.
Ah. What'd he do?
From what he's told us, anything from leg breaking to theft and intimidation. Killed a couple people here and there. Just general banditry. But like he got caught, but a lot of the crimes and how things were going around, and this was during the warp storm of media, you see, and so they couldn't really they offered him a way out, help guard the principality, and well, he would win his freedom. Kind of it was a nice little thing that the prince was doing.
Hmm.
And we've been feeding we've been feeding all these all these people in like prisons, and it's just wasting time and energy and supplies of either like keeping them alive or killing them or whatever. So the prince decided to make like a prison uh group essentially. And he was one of the people. He ended up actually becoming the leader of the group.
Why?
Just
Was he well liked by the town?
uh, by the time we got here, yeah,
Hmm.
held off a bunch of rampages from beastmen. Damn near caused a bunch of problems for quite a few people who deserve it. Hell, he saved my son once, so I personally liked him. Shame that he fucking decided to do whatever he did, and kidnap the poor deer.
Wait, you think he
I-
kidnapped her?
I mean, that's what the rumor is. I don't. He leans forward as he kind of like looks around. Personally, I don't think so. The man is rather honorable about keeping business between people and not involving families. He considers it bad for business.
Hmm.
Uh, from what I and it kind of leans forward. From what I remember, he he actually had an issue with that, and that's actually what got him caught. Was uh his the thieves he was working with attacked a specific family, and the end result was rather nasty. He was of like 5 survivors of that specific little group. And he ended up going to prison and becoming a contracted soldier.
Hmm.
Good
Dad-
with good with a crossbow.
Do I happen to know what he looks like?
Hmm?
What does this Stormeye look like?
Big guy. About he kind of his hand goes up a little higher than he is. Yay tall, rather thick, gray haired. That thickness, by the way, is about I would say 80% muscle. Generally, just looks like a thug. Out of character. Boop, 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 boop. This is what he looked like. Actually, I can do you better. Delete. And I'll just send to you. Can I send this to players? That's my question.
Why'd you delete Stormy? He was right there.
Alright. I'm gonna go and see if I can find the picture of him.
Alright.
Or a regular thug.
Okay.
Alright. So this is what he looks. This is what he described him as. Minus the snake.
I
That's
see.
the- That would be the last dude he killed in the cave.
Yep.
Big hulking guy. And I was like, he knew how to use a mace, and he knew how to use a heavy crossbow. Bastard was tough to hurt.
Hmm.
Heard that he was able to hit people multiple times.
I give, like... So, this guy, did he, And I give more descriptions of that specific guy that we killed. That he
Exact-
didn't tell me back.
He's like, you met him?
I, saw his corpse.
Oh. He kind of gets a little sad. He gets sadder. It's like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Hope that I was able to survive.
And, no sign of any, kidnapping, so...
No, kid.
Like, I was exploring a cave, and as I was going through, a bunch of bandits were just, already dead. Somebody got there. And he was at the back of it, lying on the ground and pool of them blood.
Deception check. DC is 10, by the way.
Oh, come on. This is easy. I got this.
Do you have proficiency?
Nope. There we go.
Okay, you're fucking lucky. You're so fucking lucky. I should have put it at 14, but whatever.
I got a 19. 14.
I know. That's why
Yeah.
I said whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, I should probably do it 14, but like considering your like role-playing rolls are just fucking fantastically low almost always. I might as well make it a slight challenge. But yeah, so it's like, oh. Wait. So, look, and he's finished with this cow, and he's actually heading towards the goat that you were messing, that you were friendly with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was petting, and he's like, oh, this fur is pretty good. The horn's not that chipped.
Hmm.
The last one I'm more worried about, but so you're telling me, and this is a fully and just kind of whispering towards you. You guys are having a whispering conversation, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that you found him dead in the caves?
Meh.
What? Fuck, like where is the closest? Over here. Oh, south.
It was
Southwest, I believe.
Didn't we fight him in the northward cave?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, northwest.
Yeah.
It's
It
like,
was-
well, I would explain it. There's a cave near the highway. The Prince's Highway, as most people refer it to. It's not quite there. It's just in that general vicinity. It would be easy to start doing pickings of, like, traders and whatnot.
Hmm.
But you said there was no, like, evidence of, like, kidnapping at all?
no caves, nothing. Or no cages, nothing.
No cages, nothing, no shackles, nothing?
No shackles, no ropes, nothing that would indicate a kidnapping. So I don't think he was your man.
That's
But you didn't
really good.
hear that from me. I don't want any trouble.
Oh, no, I just heard it from the normal, just
Random,
from the town gossip.
yeah, random boss speak and whatnot.
Yeah. Know that. So, and he kind of leans a little forward and goes, "Thanks for telling me that. Good to know that it wasn't him, at least, even if it did end in tragedy."
Yeah.
And explain to the wife that her yeah, it's gonna be an awkward night. But other than that, he kind of stretches and goes over towards the next goat. Um, this horn is pretty banged up. I was gonna lower the pricing on that one easily.
And we keep going through each of the goats and
Yeah.
Yeah.
As he's doing that, and you guys kind of do a little bit of chatter. Meld,
Yes.
where are you going? While he's off, Geniazel is talking to a farmer and doing stuff in the clay market or clay fair.
I'm going to the general store.
You gonna go to the general store?
Indeed.
All right, it's this building,
Mm-hmm.
and let me open that for you.
Neat.
oh no, the roof's on the trees.
There's a very strong gust of wind.
Very strong gust of wind.
It's blown away.
Have you
I want to use fucking Foundry so bad right now. You don't understand.
Let's switch to it. Fuck it, why not?
Because it requires me to spend money, and I can't spend money at the moment.
Well, we got map tools.
Yeah, there's that too. So, but we are probably going to move over to Foundry at some point,
Okay.
just because of how fucking fantastic it is. The other issue is that I can't just magically take all of the fucking shit I got from Roll20 that I spent money on and move it over to Foundry.
Uh-huh.
I can get a good portion of this and just I don't mind rebuying the shit that we use for maps and stuff. But oh my god, I'll be gushing about this later
Okay.
after the stream. But here you go. You're entering the town, and as you kind of enter the general store, you see a bunch of just a few commoners are just kind of wandering about and inspecting things. And as you enter, you hear just a large one. You hear a voice go, "1 minute, 1 minute. Welcome to, well, Silvov's General Store. I'll be there in 1 minute. You can enter and wander about. And as the guy, the voice stated, as he's clearly in the back doing some busy work. A couple of the customers kind of look over towards you and kind of give you a little side eye because you're wearing a cloak and you're obviously new. But other than that, leaving you alone.
So
So
what
in the
does the store have?
well, as you can kind of inspect a bunch of general stuff here. Like they're in that general area. I'm gonna move you just so I can look at it. But you're in that area. All right. Like on the table that you're at, you see a bunch of like spikes and rope, and a sign says "Good for climbing." For those adventurous types. And then over here is a couple like barrels full of what would be there's a lot of little knickknacks, a lot of adventuring stuff. Anything specifically you're looking for?
Not particularly.
Okay. So yeah, like there's like rope. There a couple of these have like spikes to like I don't remember the goddamn name for it, but basically the rope.
Caltrops
Oh, there's
or
caltrops. Yes. There's actually one of them, like the middle one has some actual caltrops in it, and then like there's a signs like to stop the pesky pursuers.
Mm.
And in this area, there's just a bunch of rations, and you just get a sense of like this place is trying to be really cheerful. And as you kind of inspect a halfling comes forward, a halfling male. Oh, hello there. Name's uh Korich Lunarstep. How can I help you? Welcome to Lunarstep's General Store.
nice to meet you, what? How did you say his first name again?
It is Korich.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
No, Korich. Korrich.
Corich.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Corich. I'm Meld. I'm from out of town, so I'm just taking a look around to see what you have here.
Oh, well, adventure types. I can supply that. Generally, things. He kind of like to tell you the truth. This is for more of like the town's children and the like. Personally, I'm just trying to make sure that they like to adventure. You see, and well, they used to what with the kidnappings, but I've always wanted to make sure that they had quality equipment just in case they do actually try to do silly adventures like like the heroes and the knights and the like. It's very serviceable things. I make sure that they're all pretty good. I'm a former adventurer myself, you see. I'm a bit retired. And as you kind of look at him, you realize that he is a bit older and has like gray hair, but he's still rather fit. It's like, after a while, you just gotta settle down for a bit, and well, I'd rather inspire and new adventures than anything else. Um, I'm a bit low on supplies, unfortunately, with how the guards are doing and getting with how kidnappings. It's just kind of hard to do business as usual, especially if you are doing a lot of adventure gear. No one really wants to adventure out when people just kind of disappear.
I getcha. Still, I'm glad that there's a place like this. There's not too many places that are cheerful.
Ah, it's kind of hard to do the cheerful thing, to tell you the truth. Not with the war and the damn warp stuff, but it's very important to make sure that the children and young adults and aspiring adventurers at least have a good grounding. And if they can't at least get it excited about doing adventuring, there's no point. Actually, I do have a question for you.
Yeah? What is it?
I ask this especially with people I know that are actual adventurers, you see. What makes you want to go and do this? And he kind of just gestures to like the general the store supplies and the like, as like just as a almost like an image.
To be honest, I want to make things better in this world.
Better?
Mm-hmm.
Noble goal, noble goal.
Like,
Hmm.
there's not really any heroes in this world. And
Ah!
while I probably can't really be a hero myself, I can at least make things a bit better.
You can make things better, yes. Are you attempting to... Is this just for the sake of goodness? Let's continue our talk over here. He kind of directs you into the back. It's like, I don't mind people coming over here. As long as you don't try to nick things, you see. So, now, he closes the door. It's like, so... It makes you an adventurer. What you decide to do then is to just generally make things better, right?
Right. I've always heard stories, like all those fantasy tales about how heroes will just one day save the world from all the darkness and all that. I'm a bit more realistic than that, because I'm not that special, but I can at least make things a bit better.
He actually has a relieved smile on his face. Oh, good. I don't mind, and in fact, I encourage people to try to help people and to make things better. The biggest issue is, well, they have this naivety type of thing going. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone try to go off and become a hero, and then hear later that they died because they weren't prepared, or they trusted the wrong people, or the like. One of the things that I've learned as an adventurer myself is, you know, even if it is a mask, even if it is to do stuff, always try to have a motive besides to help people. Especially right now. You would be surprised how many people are skeptical of the entire good thing. Most people just assume that, well, oh, you're doing it for a different reason, and so they just assume that you're not really telling the truth, that you're lying to them. So one of the best advice I've always given adventurers, and especially those who want to help people, is have a different thing, something that is understandable to the common folk. Helping people for the sake of helping people is a fantastic idea. In fact, I think it's one of the best things you could do. However, not especially in nowadays. Not a lot of people will believe you and they will start asking, well, what is he really looking forward to? So if you can think of something, anything that would make it so that they assume, oh, that's the reason why he's helping people. He's getting something out of it. Even if it's something as benign as I like helping people and I get paid to do so, then so be it. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Ah, good, good. You might be able to do some really good work if you can keep your head on your shoulders properly.
Mm.
Now, what type of weapon you're using? A lance. Usually
Halberd.
that's or the halberd, actually. Sorry. This usually not a weapon that most people would use on their own. Usually it's like it's a very hard weapon to use.
I'm pretty good at using it, I think.
Yeah. Can you draw it out for me? There should be just enough room for you to. He kind of like backs himself out over here. Can you draw it out? Just hold it like you would hold it if you were about to attack or
Okay.
defend.
Okay, I take out my spear.
And he gets closer to you, and he kind of inspects it. You got good grip. You know what you're doing with this. This isn't. Oh, well, I'll be damned, a dragoon.
I'm surprised you
Interesting.
caught on.
Again, former adventurer. Met, traveled a bit, traveled far and wide, left this entire little area.
I assume he hasn't done a perception check on me yet,
Uh,
because he obviously knows I'm a dragoon by inspecting my weapon.
yeah.
So he hasn't obviously seen my horns yet or whatever.
It's more along the lines he's like just ignoring it. Essentially, it's less that he's
Got it.
like he noticed them, but to him it's just like whatever. But well, most dragoons aren't in this area. They're not like even in the the countries around here. Really, I'm actually surprised that there is one. I've traveled out of this area completely. By the way, just off and about. But I did hear something really interesting.
What?
See, there was a group of like I would say I would say dragoons, but they didn't uh act like them or actually generally dressed like them, but they rumor has it that there is a group of dragoons about in this general area, in this province at least, that they are uh, they've slaughtered their way through things and stole a dragon egg.
Really?
Mm-hmm. No, we don't know the full truth, but from what we've been told, is they took an egg from one of the most premier areas of training areas of dragoons, and that's the reason why I'm talking to you about this. Actually, is because I heard another rumor that they've been calling for dragoons to search this general area, not just not just the principality of Varen, mind you, media, the Tsar, everywhere. Because again, there's a group of dragoons here that's killed and stole a dragon egg. We don't know what they say that they might be doing some dark magic to it, perhaps sacrificing it for something. And oh, since you are a dragoon, I thought you would want to know that.
Thanks. That is very nice to know. Do you know which direction? So
Not
I can.
particularly. All I know is that we like the to tell you the truth, the most I know is that it's in this province somewhere. Probably considering that we are in the outer reaches of the said province, would probably be more southwest.
Thanks. I'll keep an eye out.
Or south or east, one of the two. Bottom right of the map. I
Hmm.
hate directions. All right. Thank you. Look, as much time as I like talking to up and coming adventurers, I best get back outside. It's good to meet you. And if you could figure out what the blazes is happening with the kidnappings, I'd be really appreciative. I'll even give you a little bit of a bonus if you could solve
You
it.
got
You could.
it.
His eyes are rather hard, and it's like I highly dislike. And I would help as much as I can with the guards, but there isn't so much I can do. I gave him as much information as I could and possible thought processes. The last thing that we could think of was the bandits for ransom things, but hey, still haven't gotten any word from that yet.
I give him a smile and I say, "You got it."
He grins. It's like, all right, you have a good one, Meld. I will see you, hopefully.
Likewise. See you later.
hmm And he's gonna just wander about out of here, and he's gonna, as you like leave the back room, he's just kind of wandering out in the showroom, or and the like.
I'm going to head for the inn.
You head for the inn. All right. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Doop. Well, you're heading for the inn.
It is now Nick's turn.
Now it's Nick's turn. In actually, it's gonna be Nick's turn soon. Do you guys want to do a break now?
Sure.
Sure.
All right, we'll do a breaky then.
See you in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Back.
Welcome back. My co-DM decided to grace her presence with me.
What?
The cat.
My cat.
Oh, right.
Hey, random. What do you want? Where do you want to sit? You don't know. Okay. Glad to know that your name has been proven to be true.
Anyway, I have returned. I have a full water cup thing. Yeah.
Yep. No, I just ate a protein bar and I'm about to drink some soda.
Ooh, you beefing up, boy?
It's better than like lots of sugar, especially right now. Less beefing up and more making sure I'm not eating just carbs constantly. You. All right. All ready? I'll take that as a no.
I am
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I thought you said alrighty, not already.
Oh. See, language is hard for me right now.
No, that was my misinterpretation. I think you said it fine.
You. There we go. Got scooches. Hello. Co-DM, are you ready?
Yeah.
I think that is a stop stepping on my paws, you dumbass. Unless of a yes. All right. So, Gazelle, what are you doing now? Hi, cat. Sorry about that. All right. Cool. Have fun. Okay, so what are you doing, Gazelle?
Well,
Last time,
basically, I'm just gonna keep working with him for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Just get the full day's work in.
get the full day's work in. All right.
Mhm.
He actually goes, well, I'm done with it inspecting. You just disappeared, cat. What the fuck?
Oh, apparently Death Valley, California reached 130 degrees on Friday.
That's
Just shy of the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yep, the world's ending.
I mean, that's been happening for a long while now.
Also, Death Valley's a national park?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Uh-huh. All right, so he actually ends up leading you. He's like, well, we're done with the animal, looking at the animals here. You no, the ones I'm supposed to be taking care of, you see. The horses and the like. He directs you to the barn south of you. You can hear like horses neighs coming from.
Mm-hmm.
As you can hear coming from there.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I gotta go and go double check something. There's a few for the farmers. You see, I'm gonna be heading towards the carpenters. It's like, if you don't mind helping.
Ma'am, I'm right behind you.
All right. So he goes through the same gate that he went through before, and he's heading this way. Now, let's see if I got I remembered where the carpenters are. I did. That gust of wind is gonna blow that thing on down the poor inspecting road.
Oh no.
And here we are.
You're right. Money.
Alright, this is a fantastic little carpenter place. He does more than just farm work, mind you. If you need a good bow or a wooden shield, he does a pretty good job. That's what he says as he leads you here.
Mm-hmm.
It's run by Triran Dawngazer. What elf? You see. So you know how they are. They are very keen understanding on wood and the like.
Mm-hmm. I've made a few wood elves in my time.
I expect so. And yeah, as you guys enter, you're into actually the commoner. It's like, oh, John, it's good to see you. How's that barn treating you? And, oh, it's doing pretty good. The work has been done pretty well. This fellow here, he directs towards you. This is Ginnizel.
I
This is
specifically only said Azel.
Azel. Okay, this is Azel. Sorry, I forgot about that.
No, it's fine. Just firm on that.
Yeah. And this here is Azel, an adventure type. He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He's been helping me with the animals. Just wondering if Tran is in today, actually. And the person that I talked to is rather youthful looking wood elf. Oh yeah, Dad's here. He's in the. He's actually in the show in the larger room. He's been directing a couple of the new apprentices. Ah, good. Just follow me. Is it as all?
All right.
Inside here, you just noticed what looks like a stern elven man, like reprimanding, reprimanding someone who's kind of ashamedly looking at the ground. It's like, you are being too enthusiastic. I understand that you that you are eager to learn, but you need patience. Woodworking is about patience, not this. As he gestures to a basically mangled piece of wood that's on the floor. So, you're going to take your time, and you're going to take a break for that. Tomorrow, you're going to see if you can do the basics properly this time. Good day. Because he kind of he ends up eying you, and John's like, good day. And the person kind of just like glumly walks out and runs off. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to have business issues when John's coming over here with a guest. I see. He eyes you, and he's going to do a history check, actually. For one simple reason.
I'm an outsider.
Because you Let's see, what is your stats? I figured. I just wanted to make sure. Nope. I did not even type that. That's fantastic. He heard rumors of, like, he looks at specifically your ashen tone, and he's heard interesting rumors of the type of elf you are. He doesn't actually quite remember what your type is called, and to be fair, nor do I at the moment.
I'm a shark eye.
Alashaka, okay.
No, a shark eye.
Shakai, okay.
Like shark AI.
Yeah,
Shark eye.
Shakai,
Shark eye.
okay.
Yeah, I'm a shark eye.
And he's like, oh, Shaka. Yes, I've heard. Well, I didn't know the term. I do recognize. I do recognize you. It's good to see. And I've heard interesting things of your culture.
Oh, like what?
A lot of you absolutely adore battle.
I mean, I'd say little more than a door. It's beaten into us from birth. We're literally drowned, and only the ones who survive are allowed to live, and grow.
That's a bit more. Hmm. He's like, well, that's rather disturbing, but well, that's not the reason why we're here, is it? John.
Probably not.
He turns towards you, towards John. So you're looking for the supply. You're looking for the wood supply for the next barn for one of the other families. Yes, sir. I want to make sure it's nice and ready, and so I can send it shipped over to there. And if you're gonna come over there to inspect it, you see. Dad, it's like Dad wants me to double check. Very well, you know where the he's like, well, you know where we keep our supplies. Go on ahead. Say, all right. And he, not you. Why did I grab you? Sorry about that. He, John kind of merely just goes out here in this from this door, and heads over in this direction, and he kind of gestures for you to follow.
All right.
Terran says, "Have a good day."
You too.
All right, so this is the carpenter's barn. He's actually a rather fantastic carpenter, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have a lot at the moment, but that's just because of supplies and the like. But, no, what are we doing there? We're going over here. He's gonna go up to here and he's inspecting this. Alright. So, yeah, so you. It's a little bit odd of a thing to hear, but your culture sounds rather interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to get married, it's a sort of a test of strength between you and your suitor.
Oh. Well, there goes my ideas. Granted, the missus would probably try to kill me in the process. But hey, what suits you?
Hmm.
I was like, I've seen a few of the ashen-colored elves before.
They have the same accent as me.
Yeah, not particularly, not always.
Hmm.
Or not that I remember.
Just-
Generally, they just kind of come through the town and then leave before I get to actually see them personally.
Just wondering because I haven't been back to the homeland in what seems like forever.
Mm.
Don't know if my accent has changed much or not.
Yeah.
I've heard that happens depending on where you are.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that. Definitely a thing that can happen. Lord knows there's been quite a few people who came back from media and the like and have
Sound a bit different.
sound a bit different. Yep. Now, this wood looks pretty good. No issues here too. Cool, cool.
Nice, nice.
Jessica would love that. She's been begging and begging to have her new barn for a while, so it's good to see that it's a thing. Hopefully, her kid is safe. Or we could find her kid, actually, mind you. One of the other victims of the kidnapping is here. That's actually the reason. Again, that's what. You didn't hear this from me, Hazel, but quite a few people are getting really, really nervous about the kidnappings. And then it just so happens that it's just a rather high-profile one this time.
Do you know what days they usually happen? Any patterns or whatnot?
Well, now I don't know the patterns too much, but usually one of the things is that usually they're gone, and they're kidnapped when they're separated from people. That's actually the reason why the guards are almost constantly out and about. More so than usual.
So theoretically, if everyone has a bumping buddy, no one can get kidnapped, right?
Yes, exactly. That's the reason why it's going like. Now, pattern-wise, it's generally children. And for the longest time, it was just commoner. It was just us commoners who's been plagued by it, and we are just commoners, and so not a lot of thought goes into it because, well, the commoner kid just disappears. Well, the commoner kid just disappears. So not a lot of, usually not a lot of effort is into that one. Now, if town gossip is true, and well, it's not the bandits. And if it's not the bandits, we're still at square one, obviously. But let's see, other patterns, other patterns. Hey, by this time he's done inspecting the wood, and he's just kind of pacing back and forth in the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And, well, gender doesn't matter. They kidnap girls and boys. Uh, Now that's just for like the physical descriptions. It doesn't even matter what like race they are, as long as they're commoners and one case of noble. Uh, that's a good question. Give me a second. I gotta go look something up.
All right. Mm-hmm.
about that. I just want. Oh, right. Well, the kidnapping started, I want to say, about a few months ago. And it was generally during the weekends. Saturdays or Sundays, basically. The equivalent of. And, well, Saturdays, Sundays, and usually days when children are able to wander about and have their own time and days of rest, essentially.
Mm-hmm. What's the next job we got?
No, the next job after this, he's kind of done contemplating it. Well, let's see. I actually have to go over to the blacksmith for a little bit. We just lost a good pair of just broke a really good hoe, so I need to get another one.
Mm.
No, that's fantastic. The blacksmith here is fantastic. Does adventuring stuff too.
Nice.
If you want to move your character,
Yeah.
you can. Boop.
Was just zooming out.
Yep, you're good. And he's gonna lead you over. All the way down here. All right. As he, by the way, as he walks by, he's like, "Over there, the big bun. The big building is the inn. Fantastic place. The guild hall, as most people call it.
Wow, I wonder what's inside and if anyone can show us the inside. With mail, maybe.
I will probably show this with Mel because it's Mel's turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, trees. I have a roof.
Just crushed under the weight
Yeah.
of their inadequacy.
Yep.
How
Welcome.
many? How tall is this building? Is it like one floor or what?
Specifically, this is actually just one floor. It's about. It's a relatively big, actually.
I mean, does it have like a second floor or what?
No, just one floor.
Okay.
And so you go through the entrance, and a waitress comes by. Oh, hello.
Hi there.
Let's see. Name's Whirl. If you need anything, you can have just ask. If you just want to sit down, go sit down wherever you want. I will be back as soon as I can. You notice that this is a wind genasi.
What was the name? Whirl?
Whirl. WHIRL.
Got it. So yeah, I'll just go and sit down.
As you go and sit down, she kind of just speds on about and deals with a few more other patrons. That's about here and about. Zoom in, actually. Doop, doop, doop. And she's you can tell that she's kind of a fast worker and was looking around, and then you hear her in the back, Whirl, boss, yeah, someone new. You want to meet him? And a Dragonborn comes out of the hallway. Yeah, of course I would like to meet them. Let me see. And I get over here. Rather big Dragonborn. He comes forward towards you. And she's like, Nessel Guildhall.
What was the name?
Nacel Guildhall. Here. Nacil. And then GH. It's Gidhall, actually. But it's GHEDHALL.
Did I get the first name right?
Nope. Got it close though. Nacil. That would have been me, not you. Yep, there.
Nice to meet you. I'm Meld.
Well, welcome to my humble establishment, Meld. I have a general policy of just greeting newcomers, just to see, get an eye on them. Had a couple shady people a while back, and ever since then, I didn't want to cause any issues for the guards and the like.
How
But
long ago?
yeah, years ago. But on occasion, I do get a few here and there, and I just kind of give a little nudge here and there to the guards. And just make sure things are doing pretty well in this town.
What were these sketchy people like a year ago?
Well, primarily a couple thieves here and there, a couple of gamblers, a couple cheats. But on occasion, we would get like a little bit more dangerous of a group. I remember once we had, relatively recently, a kind of shady fellow. Kind of was, I just kind of leaned forward and whispers to you, trying to convince people that what he was selling was really, really powerful. Magic like. Religious magic like. And, well, you didn't hear it from me.
That does sound suspicious.
See, you, I actually do have something for this. Let's see if I can remember where I put it. This will give me like a minute or two. I have to double check if I was smart. Was I smart?
That's the ultimate question, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think I was smart.
No, how could you do this?
Well, we'll find out in a second. There's another one I can look through and double check. I have like multiple D&D shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not in the big book of D&D. Might be in the small book of D&D. Nope, that's not it. That is something else. Wow. Alright. That was stupid. Really stupid. Cool. I had an entire goddamn list of gods. And I don't know where it went. That is my wizard. That is not it. No. Okay. I'll have to look for them later. But they were. Well, that's. Then the thing is, the Inquisitions. You've probably seen a few of them here and there. The witch hunters are the primary arm around these parts, especially recently.
Yeah.
No, they don't like specifically and especially when they people have start spreading the word of, say, none of their gods. So, well, they got involved, and well, they weren't happy at the end of the day.
Is there a fight?
Oh no, yes, there was a while back. Out of town, they actually found him kind of in a little at his own little cabin somewhere. Place is still actually on fire. Not a natural fire, mind you. It's a nasty place.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Can't tell you what his name was. I just know that he would come into town on occasion and was talk to specific people, and especially common folk or the downtrodden, and tell them that there is a way to make things better. All they have to do is do something for them, and if it's not the Light Master teachings, then obviously someone else's teachings is far better for them. The problem, naturally, is, well, the worshippers of the Light Master don't take too kindly.
Got it.
I am so fucking bummed that I actually don't know where this list of gods are. Because I made a list.
Did you save as a Word document or what?
I don't know. Might have. I'll double check that. Well, screen. Yep. Okay. But yeah, he's like, oh. This, as this was going, things just got rather terse. The end result was that there is a small little rebellious group, you see. Small stuff, whispers. And the whispers are that this group, well, they don't agree with the teachings of the Light Master. Personally, I don't particularly care for them either, but here's the thing. When you're in the area of the significant area of the worship of a religion, you at least follow the practices to a degree. Saves you a bunch of headaches. Now, sometimes this group will be very helpful. They would somehow find some food or the like for those who are having problems of gathering seed food. Now, hmm, uh, I can tell you the name of the group, though. They are considered the hushed ravens. There's about 4 or 5 of them here and there. They kind of come in on occasion, especially when traders are in, and it just so happens, well, we got a couple traders from out of town. As we can figure, their goal is to just help people, but helping people is fantastic. Doesn't always mean that that's the end goal. So we don't particularly care for them too much. They just cause commotion and cause issues, and usually end up having the witch hunters come by. Issue recently with them is that they've been talking about the end of times or the like for the town ever since the kids started disappearing. And it's not helping at all. And all that's been doing is just stressing people out more. So, don't particularly care for the hushed ravens. I'll enjoy your stay. And, since you're new here, here you go. She gives you a key. Especially for those adventuring types, I usually try to promote the place by giving you access to a room. For a night, for free.
Thank you.
All I ask is that you go and spread the word about my place.
You got it.
Thank you. And she kind of she goes off, leaves you alone and walks you off. So there you go.
And now I will just wait for Zell to get here.
Okay. Let me put a roof on top of you.
Oh no, the people inside are not protected from the rain. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, I know. That's why I had to put it back. I think we had to protect it from the rain.
Mm-hmm.
The poor fucking forge. As you guys actually are approaching, you see a guard, like, gesture wildly to a dwarven woman who is just, like, firmly, like, just stood stock still and argues back and, like, just waves her hands around. And she's starting, by the time you get close, you can hear her go, I don't care. It will be ready when it's ready. If you want really good work, you need to have patience. You guys ordered a ton of swords and shields. I will supply. It just takes time and materials. And the guards are, well, Lady Windrose wants it done as soon as possible. and it will be done as soon as possible when I can get it done. Now have a good day. I will make sure it will be delivered as per usual. And he kind of turns around, huffs, and walks off in this direction. I swear, guards. I just think, give me a sword and it just magically appears. Sorry about interrupting you there. Don't worry about it, John. Who's your friend? Oh, this is Azel. An Elven.
Here to work for today.
Say that again?
I'm here to work for today.
Ah. Oh, you're John's helper today.
Yep, that's me.
He's always been a good eye on people.
Well, let's hope he doesn't go blind.
I hope so too. It'd be kind of a waste, especially when his stuff is here. Come on. Yeah, she directs you guys to come in. Mind the heat. And you guys come in and you see like the forge is billowing, and it's actually rather hot in here. Swear my God. All right. So John, I was looking for you. It was for the hoe and the saw, right? Yes. Well, I was hoping for the hoe more so than the saw. Just the saw, being a gift for Dad. Of course. The hoe's over there, and she points to like near the wall, like next to the door you guys come through, and a rather really sturdy hoe is just like leaning against the thing. It's like took a little while, but it got it done. For obvious reasons, and you could just see like on the there's like a human woman frantically smithing and like one like a human inspecting like swords and like marking them, making sure everything's okay with them, and just making sure that they are at the quality that's expected.
Mm-hmm.
Now for your saw, oh, over here. And she goes into the storeroom, and John follows. So here it is. I had it done early. I kept it hit, and she's like, "I have it. I only have it out because I know your father isn't going to be in for a couple days. With that little project of his, you see." And he's like, yeah. Okay. To tell you the truth, I told him about the project. Just to make sure he got busy. Good lad. Good lad. All right. Now, Azel,
Yeah, it's me.
you're an adventurer, right?
I'm a wanderer, I would say.
Wanderer. All right. My manners. I apologize. There we are. Name's Yagiri. Yagiri Flint Puncher. At your service.
Nice to meet you.
See, my husband is an adventurer. Likes to explore and the like. He sends me letters all the time.
Oh,
So
what does he do?
What does he do?
Like, what
Oh.
adventures has he gone on?
Hereabouts, as far as I know. Last time I heard, he's out of this little area of a shitstorm. But he does send me a bunch of interesting tidbits. Very, very much into culture, you see.
Hmm.
He mentioned, actually mentioned about running into, I believe, if your people are the Shark Eye.
Shark Eye, yeah, that's me. I'm a Shark Eye. Right.
He actually
Right.
did mention meeting you, a few of you. So it was a very interesting culture, very battle-driven.
Yeah. We like to eat our young. That there was a joke, by the way. We're not cannibals. Yeah.
And she's like, good. It's always good to see that there's some fun to be had. And I'll mention that you are actually rather exceptional about some things. Her eyes flicker towards your weapon. You use a falchion, right?
Yeah. It's a one-handed variant, because, you know, I hold up my stump.
And she's like, yeah. Yeah, she's like, yeah. Understandable, understandable. Let's see. No, he's gonna pay you a bit, right? Here. I'll give you a couple of dwarven whetstones. If you ever run into my husband, make sure you tell him that I miss him. That's the payment.
Alright, what's your husband's name?
Parsk Flintpuncher. Very interesting fellow. He's a fighter himself, actually. Used to be a rather exceptional guard back in our town before we left. But ultimately, he got wanderlust and wanted to explore and see other things. And I don't mind staying here. The work's fine, and my goal is to be a fantastic crafter. Also, here's the saw, John, and she hands it's a finely crafted saw. Best dwarven saw I could give. Hopefully, it'll last him long enough. If you want to make a history check, or the equivalent of, you can.
History?
Yeah. You know for a fact that this saw is probably going to last longer than his dad. In fact, it's probably going to last longer than him. Because Dwarven craft is fucking notoriously long-lasting. Good quality Dwarven material craft will last at least. Let's put it this way: you've heard of Dwarven shoddy equipment lasting for a good 3 decades.
Say, miss.
Hmm?
You wouldn't happen to have a way to make a metal facsimile of my hand, would you?
A metal facsimile.
Yeah, something that, you know, would just, you know, stay on my stump.
Well, I could certainly make a thing, like a. I can probably make the gauntlet, but the magic part of it is going to be the problem there, sir.
Oh no, not like a magic cane. Just, you know, metal hand, so to speak.
Oh, I could easily make the metal hand. The problem is that it's just going to be a metal hand on your. And would you just want like a shape of a fist so you could punch people?
I suppose I want it to just like exist and be able to take it off and whatnot. Just plop it back on, and then when people ask, "Hey, what's that metal hand you got there?" "Oh, it's my metal hand."
I could do something along the lines. We'll tell you it's gonna cost you. I ain't gonna give you it for free.
Yeah, I figured as much.
In that case, I'm gonna need you to actually spread out your hand. the remaining hand.
All right.
We're gonna take measurements and the like.
I lay it on the table.
And she takes. She starts out with a small measuring tape, and she just like starts measuring the distance between like your thumb to the inner side of your hand, and then like from like the index finger to that, and just general, and like traces your hand a few times as you do certain things, like make a fist, uh, pretend you're holding your weapon, as she just kind of does the like. Now, here's the thing. I can probably, and it's like, I can also probably make one that is articulated. The problem is it's not going to be able to work as a regular hand. That requires enchanting, which
It's fine.
so in that case, I'll probably make you about 3 or 4. Got one for as a fist, just in case if you want to punch people, because I'll tell you right now, sometimes you do want to punch people.
Yeah, but I got my other hand for that.
There's that too, yes. And it's like, generally, I don't think I could be able to make one that would allow you to use a regular a two-handed falchion, if that is something that you're considering.
I mean, that's a thing down the line I'd want, but not right now. I just want something that I can, plop on, make a couple jokes about it, and then take it back off.
Oh, that'll be cheaper than I was expecting. I'll still give you 2 or 3 of them, though.
Alright.
The fist one is obviously going to be a thing. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now,
I like to make the funnies, so to speak.
understandable. Right. Now here's the thing. I gotta make a resting place for it. We can't just, it just doesn't get onto the stump and just stays there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, she was talking about this, how she's like measuring your wrist and like the length of where the stump ends, and just like the general shape of that as well. Now, I do know someone who will be able to help slightly enchant this. It's nothing spectacular. It's just that they will be able to make it so I don't have to uh, weld. And she like quotes, do air quotes, this to your hand, so it shouldn't be as painful. And especially for something that is more jokey, I don't think you would appreciate having to mutilate your hand.
It's probably not what I want. Mutilation and all.
Mm-hmm. Now it's gonna be a while for that to be done, but I'll be able to get that done. Poof. In a couple weeks, if at least the hand parts. I got the supply. Most of the supply is being dragged into swords and shields and armor for the guards. They're trying to churn out as many guards as possible. And, well, I absolutely adore the fact that my high quality stuff works really well. If they can lose it, that would be fantastic. I don't judge them for it, but they need to learn that it takes a while to actually make good quality dwarven weaponry. And as this is going, John is just kind of watching the two of you go, and he's he's sitting down on a chair and just has his head resting on his hand, and he's just watching with amazement. He's like, "This is fun."
Yeah, it's quite enjoyable. Getting a new hand. And then
I mean,
people will ask, hey, why do they call you Hazel Four Hands? I can say, because I got 4 hands. Huh? Yeah.
and Yagir just kind of laughs and slaps you in the back
Oh, alright.
in a friendly way.
I mean, thought you were married.
And she's like, "Oh, don't tell me that it's part of your culture." Is that you start slapping people to make sure that they are as a show of trying to engage.
I mean, the courting ritual goes, hey, you want to punch each other? Then you're like, yeah, you want to punch each other? Then you punch each other, and then you go from there.
Oh, well, for dwarves, it's usually whoever's courting who tries to make something for them.
Like a ring or whatever.
A ring, a hammer, an axe, a helmet. It doesn't matter as long as it's something that is specifically designed for them.
Oh, I see.
And and then there's parting gifts, of course. And the parting gift for my husband was his current warhammer. Fantastic little thing I made for him before he left. Now, this is gonna probably take a little while, and then it would probably be easier if this entire cult thing was cleared out. But hey, I'll try to get this done.
Thank you very
Now,
much.
what type of hands do you want besides the fist?
Alright, say, we got the fist. We got
Yeah.
the, like, just flat hand on the, table sort of thing.
Okay.
Alright, so we got flat, like a table. We got a fist, like, a fist. As
Yeah.
I point my stump at the fist that I'm making with my hand.
Yeah.
And then, how about a, how do you do that? Is that just the, yeah, I just don't want the flat one. Okay, how about like like an okay,
And okay. And she does the symbols
Yeah,
like this, and like a circle, and then like the other fingers are up.
circle with the index and thumb, and then the other 3 fingers just up. Yeah, like an
Okay, I could do so.
okay, mate, let's go. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
All right.
And she's scribbling this down, by the way, as you're talking.
I think that's all the hands I want right now. Say, how much do I owe you? Or is it like half now, half later? What's your payment schedule?
Payment's good. Well, let's see. Let's say this would be about 4 or 5 gold per hand.
Ew.
Now, note this, that you don't have to pay me yet. I haven't even used those materials, but at least a payment of, say, 2 gold. So I can just at least get the supplies.
Alright. I can manage that for now.
And then you just pay me more, and you get more hands. About 3 gold, about 2 gold for more for one of the hands, and then just as you have more gold, come by, drop it off, I'll get you more.
Alright.
Grand total 12 gold, obviously.
Hmm?
The grand total would be 12 gold.
It's only 3 hands, right?
Okay.
Okay, the flat and the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
So so that would be.
that's just 6 gold then, right?
Yeah, it would be
2 for each.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 for each. It would be about 6 gold. And the reason is because
Materials and whatnot, yeah.
materials, and then also like she has to bug someone to enchant it, so it doesn't require bolts
Mm-hmm.
driving through your hand. No automail for you.
Dang it. I wanted to... I just recently went through that again, actually.
I didn't even
Like-
think about that.
Like, Tuesday and Wednesday, I watched through the entirety of Brotherhood, and then Thursday, Wednesday, I went through 7 Deadly Sins.
Hmm.
Mind you, 7 Deadly Sins wasn't worth it. Brotherhood was.
7 Deadly Sins was basically good trash, basically, for me.
The first season was.
Yeah,
The
I don't know how...
second, third, and fourth season, not so much.
Oh boy, they degraded.
Like, second season was bad, third season was like meh, fourth season was like in between somewhere.
Okay, duly noted, not worth it. Cool.
Yep. Okay, what's the total cost for one hand? Like, including this down payment?
So that's 2 gold for down payment. So that'd
Right,
be
but
6
like,
gold.
once it's completed, what do I owe?
Once it's completed, I want to say for per hand, it'd be probably about 5 or 6 gold per.
Okay.
Isn't that like isn't that like all your gold for just 2 hands?
I
That's
mean,
why-
notably, down payment of 2 gold for each of them, and then come back later when I have more gold.
Yeah. The 2 gold is legitimately just like so that she has the supplies to do so. And if he doesn't do it, she doesn't make it. She just has more supplies, basically, is what's going to happen.
Basically.
Okay.
Alright, thank you very much, and I'm off.
All right. John follows you as he picks up his pretty damn good dwarven farming implements.
Mm-hmm. Help him carry it back, of course.
Of course, because you're an awesome person like that.
I mean, I'm getting, like, I'm working today, so.
Yeah. There we go. And he actually he's like, well, over there is the inn.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, look, don't worry about like it to a degree. The innkeeper is actually really good, especially for adventurers, especially first timers. She likes to give a room to a first timer for free. As pricing is the price to that is to spread the word of her place. It's only one night, mind you, so you got to pay up multiple nights.
Hey.
So you should be fine that way.
Sounds good to me.
As for payment for the work you've done, he pulls out 10 silver and gives it to you. Here you go.
That's effectively 1 gold, right?
That's basically one gold, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for all the work you've done.
Thank you for the silver.
I pay as I believe is the worth of it. The weight of gold of the help you did.
Mm-hmm.
Helps incentivize adventure types to not just kind of scoff at, leaving us common people to do their own little menial tasks.
Of course not.
Be surprised how many people just assume that adventurers are supposed to just wander off and kill everything.
Well, those people are really rude.
Yes, they are. That's why they don't get paid from me.
Well, have a good night.
You too.
And I'll head out to the inn.
And he's gonna go off back with his
I mean,
stuff.
I carry it back with him, and then once we finish that up, I walk
Yeah.
back.
The entrance is here.
Yeah, right.
And he is gonna go over here. Blah. Now the fun thing.
The fun thing. Aha!
Don't destroy the rocks roof. The entrances are, yep.
Mhm.
As you enter, you see a wind ganassi comes like, oh, welcome, sir. Name's Whirl. Glad to see you. Sit wherever you would like. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
And she kind of hurries off, and you hear, boss, another one.
Do I see Mel standing over or sitting over there?
Yeah.
There's a here.
All right. Yeah.
Hi, Zell.
Hello, Mel.
So how did things go on your end?
Should probably get a room first and talk about it. You know, don't want any prying eyes macking on our business.
As you guys kind of quietly talk, the Dragonborn comes forward. Ah! Welcome.
Hi again.
Hello.
Welcome to the Githall Inn. My name is Nacelle Githall, and she shakes your hand.
I shake back.
And it's like, so, the two of you know each other?
Yeah.
We came to town together. I wouldn't really say
Nods
we
her head.
know each other.
Ah, adventuring party. I just started then. Or I hope so. As I told young Mild here, first night's free. And she actually gestures to you, Mel, and then pulls out another key. This one's for a double. That's for a single.
I'd rather sleep in my own room.
She shrugs, and then pockets the double and pulls out a single and gives it to you, Zell.
Thank you very much. So we just return
Oh.
it in the morning. That it?
Yes. And we turn into the morning. We'll be having breakfast. Will be in this room at 7. Don't worry about that.
All right.
Your room is as she points to Meld, is the northern room. This one.
Mhm.
And your room is the southern room. This one.
Sounds good to me. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. And I'll let you be. And have a great one.
You
If
too.
you need anything, just holler for the world. She'll get you it.
All right.
She turns around and walks off. And you just see Whirl kind of wandering about,
Let's head off to one of
working
the
on
rooms.
things.
Let's head up to one of the rooms then.
Okay.
So which one?
We each have our own room, so it's one of the rooms that only has one bed in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is north, yours is south down here. So I guess we get them on.
Okay.
I
Sure.
sit on the bed.
The door's closed.
Mm-hmm. Can I investigate the room, make sure that, like,
Yeah, make an investigation check.
nothing remiss is going on? $18.
Alright. as you double check things,
Are there any windows in this room?
let me double check.
It's hard to
Is there
tell,
any
isn't
windows?
it?
Yeah, there's not overtly. I gotta get a little closer. Yeah, no, there's like a lantern or two. Not a lot of windows. Actually, like the right here is a window. You got like one window right there.
Okay.
For the music.
Alright, let's speak in whispered tones so that way no one can hear. Sound good?
Okay.
So, what'd you find?
And I explained to Zell the stuff I've learned.
Alright. And then I explain the stuff that I have learned.
Fantastic.
You didn't learn that much, did you?
Do you remember what I learned?
Not a huge amount, to be honest.
Alright. Let's go over my notes. Alright,
Because
so...
I know you learned a little bit about the guy you murdered in cold blood.
Mm-hmm.
You guy,
I mean,
guy you
notably,
murdered in cold blood.
he was a
Yeah.
bandit. He was about to attack us, you know?
And notably, both of you decided to attack.
I attacked non-lethally.
I attacked lethally.
That means nothing compared to the fact that you sneak attacked him. So,
I mean, we both wanted to take him out. I mean, who's really
Yeah.
to blame for that? Like,
I'm just pointing out, just because you did non-lethal doesn't mean that it just magically makes it okay.
anyway, so things I've learned.
Yeah.
So that guy stole my. He was used to be a he was with a group that that went after some royals or something like that. Got captured, put in prison, and then King was having a nice day, so he's like, "Hey, go protect that town, and you can have your freedom after a while." So he comes to town. He protects the town for a while. Then he disappears for whatever reason, right? People start thinking, wait, he's probably the kidnapper, considering that, all the kidnappings that are going on and he's gone, so who else could it be? But we know that he's not the kidnapper. At least there were no signs of it in the cave. Beyond that, the kidnappees, race and gender don't matter. It's commoners mainly, until the noble heirs so far. It usually happens on Saturdays and Sundays, which it started a few months ago, and it's mainly children. Oh, also, only alone people are kidnapped.
Okay, I learned that a year ago there was an altercation between some religious people. Something Father of Light or something along those lines.
About what was it? The Light Master, the title of the head god of the area, and the Hushed Ravens.
Yeah, the Hushed Ravens and the... I just forgot the name of the god. Herp derp.
Light Master.
Light Master, thank you. The Light Master and the, God damn, I forgot the crows. What was...
Hushed
Yeah.
Ravens.
Hushed Ravens. Okay. I'm gonna type it in, okay? You ready?
I got it. Light Master and Hushed Ravens.
Yes.
Yes, Hushed Raisins. My favorite.
Hushed Ravens.
My favorite
yes.
snack.
Anyway, there was an altercation between them, the two of them, about a year ago. which does put it a few months before the whole kidnapping thing started.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that the bandit guy argued with the local lord about the whole kidnapping thing, and almost immediately after that argument,
Are you
the
talking about Stormeye or?
yeah,
Stormeye.
Stormeye.
Okay.
And almost immediately after that argument, the heiress got kidnapped. I also learned that somewhere in the area are a bunch of bad dragoons that stole a dragon egg.
Hmm.
They could have something to do with this, but I'm not certain.
I mean, it seems like we should check them out, but I've got a plan.
What's your plan?
You look fairly young, right? You
Yes.
could probably pass as a child.
My character is canonically 5 foot tall, which is pretty short.
Hey, it's pretty. You could be like a growth spurted, child or something. If you hunch down, a little bit, you could pace for a child, right?
Why do I feel like this is a very bad idea?
All right. So we set it up so that you are the one that gets kidnapped. So that way we can follow him back to the hideout, and then once we get there, go Bob's your uncle, or Aunt Lad's, and we're at their place, the hideout.
How do you even know that they would kidnap me specifically?
Because we use you as bait. You see, we know all the specifications for them wanting to kidnap people. So they only go after people that are alone, Saturdays and Sundays are the main times, commoners mainly, and race gender don't matter, and mainly children. So with all those factors in place, we know that we should be able to get them to go after you.
Well, we don't really know what locations that the kids usually disappear at.
I mean, seemingly the only thing that was a factor was that they were alone. So we just need to find a place like immediately outside of town where you can be alone. And that should be good enough for the kidnappers to come around and start, kidnapping. I can hide in some bushes or whatever.
This is the GM speaking, by the way. Dayu will be actually coming in about a day or so from now, and it is, I want to say, Thursday in game wise.
All right.
So you
So-
have a couple days before the weekend, game wise.
So it's Tuesday?
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Tomorrow's Friday, and then it. So is she coming on Friday?
I thought you said she was
Yeah.
coming on Thursday.
No,
Today
guys-
is Thursday. We left
Today's
Tuesday.
Thursday. You left Tuesday. So you left Tuesday from the bandit area. You took 2 days, so Thursday is
Mhm.
when you got in. She will be back and be there on Friday.
So tomorrow.
Does it? So tomorrow. So does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Question: does Friday count as a weekend in this case?
Weekend
Okay.
is Saturday and Sunday.
So
I'm okay with this plan, but I don't like that I'm not going to have easy access to my spear.
I mean, you can still have it on you. You just, hide it under your garments.
It's a spear that's taller than I am.
I mean, I can likely throw it to you. I've got pretty good arms. As I try to flex my one arm. And then I go to flex my other arm, and then it's just the stump. Which, it still flexes, because, it's only, around the wrist that my hand got cut off. But, there's no fist at the end of it.
So you want to throw a heavy two-handed weapon.
Yes.
For some reason, I don't think that would work.
Okay, I can just run it over to you then. I can just dash right on over to you. I highly doubt I'll be more than 60 feet away from you. Plus, Dayu will be there, so probably gonna be fine.
If she agrees with that plan,
I mean, yeah, it's all predicated on everyone, like, going with it. Today, though,
Alright.
we could, like, check out the dragoons, I suppose, but it's probably better just wait for Dayu to come around.
yeah, because I don't know where these dragoons are. I just know that they're somewhere in the province.
Alright, so, we got the bad dragons.
God damn it. God damn it, Nick. Should have fucking thought about that. Alright. So you got the evil dragoons. Are we gonna end it on this?
Sure. I go to my room, and then we end it.
Mm-hmm. See you later.
How do you do this, Nick?
How do I what?
How do you do this some days?
Do what?
Just say something, pause, and go, oh shit. Fuck.
I remember that Chris made us the bad dragonlings, and then I went from there. I guess we're up. Bad dragoon? And I figured that it would sound close enough.
I know.
Saying dragoon? Just sounds like dragon, but like a little accentuated. Yes, what? Let's go get those bad dragons.
And then we rest.
After I take the wool, action surge, take the wool. Next to the trains. But yes, that's where we rest.
How was it?
Here's what?
How was the game?
Oh, well,
Good.
I really
Is good.
enjoyed my time.
This is probably going to be a very common thing where you guys are going to not be.
Combat.
It's not going to be as combat-y.
Hmm.
Fine with me.
Mhm.
Anyway, thank you for watching, Bye.